Hey guys, what do you think this is? Huh. Interesting, huh? We're going to try something new here. I'm going to start telling you a little bits of teasers, some early reveals, and some things that I've discovered about other watches within other reviews. Because I just have too much to cover and not enough time to get it all done. This is one of them. So here's the deal. Somewhere in the middle of this review, you are going to learn what this is. And I guarantee you're going to want it. Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We are a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com, and today is an unboxing of a smartwatch. I guess you kind of figured that. But I did do a ring review. Have you seen that review on the Oura ring? You gotta watch that one. Amazing. But we do other things beside watches. So we are doing a watch today, and I want to tell you, watches are a lot like people. When you meet them, there's things you like about just about everybody, some stuff you're not too happy with, and nobody's ideal, right? Except Mrs. Ticks. Yeah, definitely. That's ideal. Ooh, she must have heard me. I just touched the thing and it went on. Well, this is one of those cases where I've got a really nice watch, look at this beautiful thing with a Milanese, I hope I'm saying that right, type of a band. That's the kind that usually is a metal fabric like this, and it loops through, and it's got a magnetic clasp, and you can adjust it to wherever you want when you put it on, as I'll show you later. But the thing is, they all don't have everything you want. This has some stuff, and I'm going to point out to you what I would take from this if I were going to make the absolute ideal watch. There's a couple of things I would say, the band being one of them. I really prefer this kind of a band, and some of the screens. But before we get to that, let's tell you what we're looking at. Brand new player here. We've got a new partner called Digoor, D-I-G-O-O-R, Digoor, and from their AliExpress official store, they're presenting us with the new Q20. It's a waterproof, I think they got their languages mixed up, smartwatch, and it's here. And this is what it's got inside of it. It's got a little bit of storage for watch faces and whatnot. It's got a 1.22-inch IPS high-definition resolution 2440 by 204 touch panel screen. And that's where the beautiful faces come in. Fully IP67 waterproof. However, it says do not wear to swimming or diving or put in hot water. So, IP67 says you can put it underwater for up to 30 minutes down to at least 1 meter. That's 3 feet. But do not wear for swimming. I think what they're getting at is, swimming. When you actually swim, you're putting a lot of water pressure against the watch, and you're turning it in different positions, and definitely diving. So it could probably drop accidentally in the sink. You could probably get it wet with washing your hands, and it should survive that. But for swimming, you want higher rating than this, like 5 ATM, 5 atmosphere or higher. Built-in 200 milliamp hour battery, 5 days normal use, and a full month standby, which is really, really great. It's got a pretty bright screen, too. Heart rate, blood pressure measurement, wait till you see this, call reminder, and so forth. It's using the H-Band app, which is a tried and true app that we've seen a lot. A very good one, actually. Bluetooth 4.0, iOS 8, and Android 4.4 or higher. And these are all the different functions which we're going to get to. That whole female physiological cycle thing has to do with H-band. And it's built into H-band, and any device that uses H-band can activate that because it's part of the app. But certain ones have a tie-in through tethering that will notify you on the device itself where you are within your cycle. And that's beneficial if you're not constantly checking your phone. So it has that feature. These are the different app languages. It says wearable devices monitor human activities through electronic sensors, and they are at the consumer electronics level, not the medical level. Okay? It's normal for certain deviation. The user should treat data objectively. And I really like the fact that they're putting this little disclaimer on there. It's not hospital equipment, and it never will be. So, as you see in every review I do on something that does blood pressure, I've got a disclaimer down at the bottom that it's a toy. It's just for educational and entertainment use. But rely on your medical professional for actual believable data. In other words, we haven't got a way to verify the calibration of it and whether it's accurate. It's up to you to do all that stuff. Here's the overall specs. You can read them from right here, and it's time to move on and see what else is in the box. We come with a charging cable, which is a little 2-pin one. This is tricky. You got a magnet there, you got magnets here, and it's right next to here. So a lot of times it just gets stuck. So I'm going to advise you to make sure you're connected here, and then plug this into your charger, so that you don't accidentally have the two electrical points making contact to a metal band and perhaps shorting out your computer or your phone charger, or wherever this is plugged in. Now, I haven't had that happen, and I have had this thing accidentally do that. I'm just warning you, it's much smarter. I know, I'm going into a lot of detail, but you know, where else do you see this on the web? I'm sorry, nobody tells you this stuff. It's much better if you actually make sure it's connected here, then plug it in and charge, just for overall safety. And it's good and strong, it holds the thing. Now we've got a user manual, and that finishes out the box. Multiple languages, and we will page through it as we usually do. You can, of course, skip past this or put it in 1.5x or 2x to get through it. But most of the time, these manuals are not anywhere on the web. They're not in PDF format, and they do cover more things than I have time to talk about in these reviews. And they're good reference if you actually buy this thing and accidentally throw out or can't find the manual. So for this channel, it's my habit to go ahead and give you all of this information. It annoys the heck out of some folks, but again, you can always skip through. And there's other languages in here as well. You ready? Gonna charge it up and turn it on. So you see there's no button on either side anywhere on the device itself, just a flat screen which has an active spot on it. The bands are removable. You can see that with a quick disconnect. So you can put any kind of band you'd like on it. And we just simply touch the bottom to light it up. Now we get into what I really like. I really like big, bright, easy to read screens. And this device has them. You've got the time of day screen in big digits. Tap again. You've got your step count, distance traveled, and calories burned. Now, they're a little bit small, putting all of that stuff on one screen, and I got to keep moving because it's going to time out on me. Here's your last night's sleep time, overall, light and deep sleep. But then we get to your heart rate, your blood pressure, and they are beautiful, beautifully bright and big. Sports takes you immediately into a timed run. And that's all you have for sports. It's going to give you your heart rate, calories burned, and steps versus time. And it looks like there's a little arrow here. There we go. You can pause it, or you can exit it. And I press and hold long, and I'm back out of it again. Then there's a message section, which will push any messages to you from the phone, and more, long press. So the button is a press or a long press. You can activate a stopwatch or countdown timer. There's information setting, and that moved me to countdown, and there's information. Then I can come over here to a back button. I got find the phone if you're tethered, your overall brightness, and auto lock, and switch. Then clear data and about. And we are back to the beginning. Long press takes us back. And you can shut down the device with a nice big long press on that button there. That's the watch face. Pressing long here lets us change different watch faces. Here's another one, and another one. And this one's kind of wild. And then we're back again. So we'll cycle through and get that wild one up here on the screen for you. Long press, and there you go. Got a picture of a bird, white against black, contrast, nice, bright, should be easy to see outside. It's time! At the beginning of this video, I asked you guys if you knew what this was, and I'll answer you now by asking you, do you know what this is? Yep, they go together on the brand new Lympho LEMT. This is a quick reveal of what this watch looks like as I get ready to review it. It's got a little plastic thing. It's bubbly because I've been playing with it already, but I am not yet ready to unbox it. I got some stuff I'm working with Lympho on to get you the details. Nope, not going to turn it on for you yet either, but I will be showing it to you soon. That's the charger, gang, for the new Lympho LEMT. Of course I have a buying link for this already. Just check the show notes. If you want to get it right now, before you even see the review, you can pick it up. So let's go a little deeper. I did an overview. For those of you who want to bail out now, go ahead. But if you'd like to see more, I want to show you more. So Uncle Tick's really big wrist here. We can actually take it out, but I'm going to try and slide it on, which I can. Oh, it's coming out. Bring it back up in through here. In order to do the heart rate and blood pressure, oh, it has to be on. I'll just put it on. There we go. Again, the nice thing I like about these bands is you can adjust them as tight or as loose as you want and just slap it down. If it's too tight or too loose, you can micro adjust it just very, very easily. My favorite kind of band. Now, we were doing a blood pressure, heart rate type of a test. So let's come over here and give it a chance to sync up on the heart rate. Again, the way this is working, there's little green diodes in the back of this device. It's shining light into my arm, bouncing off of my blood, moving through my capillaries, where it's giving a little bit of change in brightness. It's registered by a diode, and an algorithm in the device is calculating the time between the changes in the brightness of the light to compute an overall heart rate. And it comes up really big like this. Again, when you're synced to the H-band app, which we're not going to review today because I've got long, beautiful reviews of it in other places, but I will tell you, you'd be able to transfer this to that app. And it just keeps going. I switch over here now, one more click, and I'm into the blood pressure section. And again, it's going to be in millimeters of mercury. This works in a similar way. There's 2 or 3 different ways of getting blood pressure, but because this does not have ECG in it, it's using PPG, which are those diodes, and it's working off of an electronic system of determining from a presumed baseline, and it's not making it. I'm talking too much, and I have to cycle all the way through to get back to it. Let's try it one more time. Hopefully it'll do it. I'm going to rest my hand down so I'm not jerking too much. It's monitoring the blood, again, moving through your body, and it's looking at the signal. And from that signal, it can determine a time delay from your heart to your wrist, as I understand it. And depending on how fast the blood gets there is an indicator of how much pressure there is in your body. Okay, it's not getting it this time. But anyway, you'd have your systolic and diastolic readings there. And again, those would transfer to the app too. Sports, we showed you basically. I do want to take you a moment, those that are still with us in here, and show you that I can tap and get the stopwatch from more. I guess I was on back, so I have to type once to get there, and then tap long to start a stopwatch, counting to hundredths of a second, seconds and minutes. I can pause and resume from right there, or I can pause and long press should bank me out of it. I can set a countdown, which would be the same as what you just saw there. Here's the information setting. You can have it push phone calls to you, SMS, WeChat, all of these are available, and another page or two, but you can also set those in the app as well. In terms of anything else in more, we've got from here, countdown, information. Then we're over here where if you're tethered, find your phone. Here's brightness. I want you to see this. we're only at level 6. So I can bring it up even brighter, all the way up to, and then back down to 1. So you see a pretty good range of brightness. 6 was good for the screen, so we're not totally washed out. So we'll leave it about there, 5, 6, something like that. Press and hold to get out of there. And then you've got this auto lock feature, which will set up a timed turn off of the band itself. So I can set that for whatever time length I want, which is fine if I do it long. Okay, 21 seconds, what the heck. And there we go. Now it's not going to time out as fast on me, I hope. Switch is where you can turn on or off alarms when you're disconnected from your phone. This is to turn your wrist to see the time. Now, usually these kind of things are done only on the app, but this has all of the settings on the watch itself, so you don't need to tether in order to turn on or off sedentary sedentary reminder, or your continuous heart rate monitoring or heart rate alarm, which are built into this too. And there's even blood pressure monitoring, so I'm going to activate that too. Nice, huh? And again, back will take us out of all of this as it's looping around on those switches. You can clear all the data, and when you hit about the thing, it tells you that it's called the Q20, and there's all of its information. And back out of there. So that's pretty much everything I've got on this one. Shutdown is all that's left, so I will show you. It vibrated, and it's turned off. And let you know that you can pick this up right now through the AliExpress store. That's Digoor's, the Digoor store, Digoor, and it's called the Q20. Check in the show notes for a price, and if I got a coupon discount for you there, that'll be there. Usually there's a bit of a coupon that you can apply, and you say get coupons, or you use a link, and it can be applied to that particular product when you put it in your basket and check out. Okay, you've been watching Smartwatch Ticks. Thanks for your attention, your subscription, and being here, and we will see you again soon.